You are watching Escape Adulthood Live, your number one source for long-lasting, fast-acting, physician-approved adultitis relief.
On this week's show, we're talking about a recent trip to Sheboygan, office dinosaurs, and the opportunity of a lifetime you might be missing.
Greetings and salutations, everyone.
Thank you for shenanigating with us on this hump day. And here we are. I am pretty impressed by the drinks that I see in the chat. It's Mike Schroeder pulling out a Guinness tonight.
That is motor oil, my friend.
He's from Wisconsin.
That puts hair on your chest. I'll tell you that right now.
I love Steven's got the Chick-fil-A lemonade.
Yep.
Ooh, I bet that's so refreshing. And I love Rachel was talking about what'd she call it, the tickle water.
Tickle water, as her kids say.
I love it.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, so this is a I gotta say, it feels like home. What's kind of interesting is we've had 3 virtual events this week for different clients. In one day, we were in Minnesota. No, Michigan. We were in Minnesota the day before. Then one day we were in Michigan and Pennsylvania in the same day,
and
which
the cool part
never would have happened in a normal turn of events.
And both events were statewide events, so you had people from all corners of Pennsylvania, from all parts of the mitten of Michigan. So that's kind of a neat. There's just something kind of neat about that. Morning here, evening there.
Yeah, it's possible. We hyped the show up a little bit. Hopefully, maybe some of them are tuning in tonight. But it's nice to be in front of the long-time fans. We're in the same chairs.
Adultitis Fighters.
Somehow feels like home field advantage. And one of the things that's been a new challenge is we've talked about, like, whenever I would go somewhere to speak, as soon as I land on the plane, you adjust your time and your watch and your phone automatically updates.
So smart,
and you know what time it is. But when you're staying in Wisconsin and you have people in all the different coasts and different time zones, it's been kind of a challenge trying to keep track of when are we supposed to be on and when's this happening. And
well, here's the thing. They fill out our paperwork for the questionnaire and they're like, okay, yeah, 7 or whatever, 2:30 it starts. Well, they're thinking their time. And so we had this panic attack, Sunday night where we're like, we better look through all those times, make sure we show up at the right time zone.
Yeah. So far, so good. But we're navigating
new problems, new challenges, new learning opportunities, right? So
it's been a lot of fun. So one of the things that I didn't tell you about this, but in this week's Insider, I'm going to be talking about going on offense against adultitis. And, I just feel like we've been forced to play defense this whole year. Like, we've just been reacting to whatever coronavirus and by default, whatever adultitis throws at us. And I think it's time to go on offense because we've got so many things that we've lost, so many things that we've had to let go of and push off till next year, and things have been canceled. It's time to go on offense. And one of the things that we did to go on offense is the day this week we would have probably gone to the Wisconsin State Fair, which was not in the cards. So yet another thing that we couldn't do. So instead, we decided to throw a curveball at adultitis and do something different. And we ended up going to Sheboygan.
And I do feel like Will Ferrell in the Elf movie. It seems like he would have so much fun saying Sheboygan. If you've never said Sheboygan, go ahead and say that right now out loud to yourself, because it is just a fun word to say. But we've heard so many good things about this little town along Lake Michigan, and we're like, let's go check it out. Let's make some new memories. So off we went.
So we went. We got to go. We went straight to the water. Water is always calling our name, so we went straight to the edge of Lake Michigan and got to dip our toes in the water.
We were waving at you, Rachel, from the other side.
Yeah, right? you may have seen us. It's possible. And then we checked out the state park there, where they have these amazing sand dunes, which the kids had never encountered.
Andre, is that the name of it?
Or Andre Kohler, one of the others. State park. And kids were like, "What's a sand dune?" We're
my gosh,
this is a sand dune.
And there were so many kids jumping. There was this little 3-year-old that was just kind of almost like cliff diving into the sand.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so funny.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, kids were having a good time with that. There was a really cool store downtown. I forget what it was called,
Freak Toys?
but it was like a collectibles store, and so we loved. The kids loved that. Who am I kidding? I loved it.
Sweet.
It was sweet.
What was like a toy that you saw that you were like, this reminds me of childhood?
I don't know if anyone remembers these or not. You have to be of a certain age, I'm sure. I was born in 1976. And when I was a kid, one of my favorite toys was a thing called Presto Magics.
Oh, he's so excited.
And they had a Star Wars one. They used to sell them in like little packages. And they were just like transfers. Like you would transfer things onto a background, and they were like action figures or strawberry shortcake or something like that. And they had a big one of Star Wars that was like a whole scene, I think, of Jabba's palace that I almost bought it. I didn't, but I took a picture of it, and I was like, I just want the memory.
I thought it was color forms. Is that a thing?
Also one of my favorite things.
But when you brought the box over, he was like, "Oh my gosh, you guys! I used to love this as a kid." It's like he instantly was 5 years old again. And I thought the box was color forms. I'm like, oh, we had color forms. And then you're like, Presto Magic? I have no idea.
Yeah, so the difference is color forms are removable. Presto Magics are one and done. But speaking of Presto Magic or color forms, my favorite color form when I was a kid, I had a Superman playset that had this like a pop-out book kind of a mechanism.
Yeah.
And it was with the telephone booth. So you could put Clark Kent in, and then you slide it, and Superman was there, and you could open the door and stuff. And I still, to this day, I remember that.
Dorothy says you're still a kid, so that's okay.
It's true. It's true. Young at heart.
Sheboygan shenanigans. I love it, Kara. Say that 5 times fast. Sheboygan shenanigans.
Yeah, Sheboygan shenanigans.
I love that.
Betsy says, my first time making it for the live show, got my life cereal as a snack. Welcome, Betsy. It's great to have you here. Awesome. Nice. Julie brings up Shrinky Dinks, right? Yes. So that's another classic.
It makes me want to make those with the kids. We can definitely do that soon. That would be awesome.
Brenda says color forms were way cool back in the day. Yeah, they're still cool now, but I don't know that they have them anymore.
The thing that I saw at the toy store that I was pretty excited about, which literally, it's so funny how you can see something and it whisks you back so quickly, was the classic strawberry shortcake dolls with the little green striped socks.
Yeah.
The green striped socks, I can picture
they don't make them like that anymore.
Laying around the house, like, oh, there's, Huckleberry's sock or whatever. Is that even one of them? I don't even know.
Huckleberry pie, yeah.
Huckleberry pie. Yeah.
I'm also a strawberry shortcake aficionado. Don't ask.
Yeah,
that's another show. Story. Here's one for you. Tracy wants to know if anyone remembers fashion plates.
We gave our daughter Ro, or maybe Santa brought them. I can't remember. Some fashion plates, like modern version. They're pretty cool, but not as cool as that pink and beige one that you had, Tracy. I know what you know. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, Mary Beth still has them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Here we go. Jennifer, we did Shrinky Dinks as a craft this summer at camp. Nice. Still awesome. Yeah, I'm curious that there's a way to do that with there's a certain kind of plastic that works, but I wonder, you could also buy, they have paper and stuff like that you can make. But we did it, guys, before Lucy now. Well, no, we did some with the kids once, but
it's pretty much
been a while.
Plastic. If you go to a grocery store salad bar and get one of those plastic containers to put everything in, I think that's the right plastic, but don't quote me. So,
Paul says monster plates for the boys. Was that a thing?
Yeah.
Because
I can actually picture this.
It should have been. Yeah, I didn't have those, but yeah, that would be pretty awesome.
It's basically the same thing as color form or
fashion plates, but cooler.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we had fun in Sheboygan. We got to eat at Pacifico, both meals. We ate lunch and dinner outside, so that was pretty rad. Yeah, someone mentioned earlier about liking the Gators. So yeah, we were all in tow with our new Escape Adulthood Gators. Lucy there is wearing the Shine On one, and I think I was wearing the Best Friends Forever is one I had.
Disclaimer, if you're going to buy them for kids, they don't fit our youngest, so hers just falls down. But we have to, I was thinking I could sew it in the back or something.
Yeah, it's barely fits the two older kids, but I enjoyed it. I liked it. It was pretty cool,
it
and
was
I
pretty easy
thought I
to.
looked pretty cool in it when it was like
Yeah.
down and Plus, it's handy if you want to rob a bank. So, and then yeah, just for fun, it was just a beautiful day.
Oh
It
my
was good to be
gosh.
out by the water, and again, going on offense against adultitis, stopping for ice cream, and
Sand in our
it was a
toes.
good time. So
Good day.
it wasn't the state fair, but
New
it was
memories.
something new, something different, and I
Mhm.
think that's the opportunity that we all have when have been on defense for so long. And
Mhm.
this one literally just happened right before the show. We snuck this right in. Now we've got
Anyone
three. Look at
who
those 3 shirts.
I
It's
know.
like, are we promoting anything? I don't know.
Anyone who read my Whimsy Wednesday post on the league today, if you're not in the league, please join us. That's where complete awesomeness happens. But every Wednesday, I put up a post called Whimsy Wednesday, and I was talking about releasing a butterfly named Kim. And so Jason got a chance to release one right before the show. And what'd you think?
It's awesome.
Magical.
I've been letting the kids do it, but Lucy gave me the chance today, and there's something about it. There's something cool about, seeing new life and freedom and, going off. And then to think of like what a long trip it has ahead of it,
I know. These ones are going to Mexico, so that's crazy to think about.
I wish
Bring me with you.
I know. I wish I was going to Mexico.
Can I ride on your little wings? And Lucy wanted me to point out, she's like, if you show that picture in the show tonight, make sure you tell them that Ro took that picture. So, Ro, our little photographer, got this shot. Which is not easy to get. It's a little nerve-wracking with the butterfly.
Yeah, because they could fly off at any moment.
Gotta get it. So, pretty cool.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
All right, you guys, we're counting down.
We are
5 days.
5 days from
5
closing
days.
doors to the first cohort, the founding members of Wonder and Whimsy Society. It's so cool to see so many of you on this live stream right now. It's great to have you here.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time talking about it last week. We don't want to go belabor it this week, but wanted to share a few questions we had from people that have come in just to make sure everything is clear, because we've never done anything like this before. It's really hard to compare it to anything. So that's kind of the challenge. So those of you who have jumped in with both feet, we really appreciate your trust in us. Those of you who have told us you can't swing it right now, or it's not for you right now, that is totally cool. We'll still be here every Wednesday night. Doing good things, sending out the insider, all of that kind of stuff. So,
the league will remain open. There's going to be a Wonder and Whimsy Society group, but the league is open to anyone at any point. So
we're happy to have
plenty of things out there for everybody.
As many merry band of Adultitis Fighters as we can. But yeah, the Wonder and Whimsy Society is designed to help bring more adventure, meaning, and joy to people's lives. And someone was asking us like, I don't know, I don't want to be overwhelmed. I think the one who emailed me today said she started a master's degree program and was like nervous about having too much stuff to keep up on. And I tried to calm her because I was like, actually, our goal is to eliminate adultitis, not add more of it. And
but
so
I can see her concern.
Yeah,
I don't need all this extra stuff to do.
There's really no commitments at all. We just provide opportunities, and people are free to participate as much or as little as they want. But one of the main thrusters is every month you'll get a postcard with a secret mission. And the secret mission might be something like, do something you used to love doing when you were a kid, but haven't since you were a child. Something like that. So it's open-ended, and it's once a month. So you've got all month to
put it on the fridge and do it with someone else, or make the time.
It's meant to be a physical reminder. So because that's where people, I think, they get caught up in the busyness, that it's sometimes it's nice to have a physical reminder to put on your fridge or in your cubicle, say this is what I got to do this month to fight adultitis. And then of course in the private group you'll be able to see what other people have done, and they'll cheer you on and you can cheer them on.
All those Wonder Hunters out there know what I'm talking about, because there's some magic in getting excited to see what other people have done with the same challenge, right? Yeah.
And then the other part is at quarterly, we'll be sending out mystery mailings. So other people are like, well, I already do subscription boxes and they pile up after a while. This is only 4 times a year, and it's mostly just cool things we made, new products that we just came out with that no one else has seen before, fun little tools to help you fight adultitis. It's supposed to be super casual. And then we have the masterminds. So every month we'll be having at least one mastermind that'll be on Zoom where we can talk about different issues. So for instance, like, how do I fight adultitis while I'm in the middle of a master's degree program and trying to also live my life and have a job?
And that's where the collective wisdom comes from this group, right?
Yeah.
Which we've seen again and again at the summits of like, oh, I've been there. I did my whole program with, And so it's so cool for us as like the spearheaders to be able to say like, who has experience with that? And help facilitate those conversations.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to vent. Sometimes one random thing someone else says will be like the aha moment that you need, So that's the thrust of it. I mean, like we've already planned. We have the opening ceremony planned for next Tuesday night, and we're planning things like ice cream socials and different things like that. So but it's not like if you don't go to everything, you're out. It's like it's meant to be pretty low key and just be a chance to hang with people. And in fact, I think one of the best ways to share what it is in the application form. We ask people like, why are you joining? What are you going to get out of this? And
why are you joining?
I was happy because so far the people who said why they're joining is like, good, because that's what you'll get. There's no one like, I want this. And it's like, yeah, that's not what we're doing. So just to give you an idea, because sometimes I feel like some of the things people have said are like better than we said it ourselves.
We should have used that.
So Brittany said, the world has become so serious and so many people forget to appreciate the wonder all around us. I often get caught up in the doldrums of others, and I too often find that I've developed a case of adultitis. I want adventures and good-hearted shenanigans in my life. I like that, good-hearted shenanigans. And I want to develop my sense of wonder and appreciation for whimsy. Signing up is a leap of faith for me, and I'm hoping that I will be able to connect to like-minded people who will help inspire me and want to bring a little extra fun and joy to the world.
What's so cool is that when I read that, I was like, those are the people that are joining. I was like so excited. I'm like, your leap of faith is going to pay off. I'm so excited, Brittany. So
Kathy Rose said just a beautiful thing that I think pretty much brought tears to all of our eyes.
Yeah, it brought tears to
us,
our
Jenna, Rachel. She said, I want to do wonder and whimsy for the connection and to support you so you can continue your mission work. You are essential workers. And that was like... very sweet. Very sweet of you, Kathy Rose. We appreciate that.
That was very, very touching. So we appreciate that.
Christy said, I love all the good that you do and have benefited so much from the emails you send out. Your Celebrate Everything calendars and all the positivity, fun, and goodness that you spread in the world. I wouldn't miss this for anything. Looking forward to adding more wonder and whimsy to my crazy, demanding life. Hear, hear. Having fun things to look forward to in the mail, a chance to be more creative, and in general, to be able to laugh and be kid-like more often is just what I need.
Amen to that.
Yeah, a couple other quick ones. Krista said to keep my creativity pushing ahead. It's who I am, but like exercise, it's way too easy to fall off the bandwagon alone. Also, samesies with staying fun as an adult. I'm adventurous and fun, but it's hard to stay that way without other adventurous and fun adults. And that's like exactly like that's what the whole point of this is.
What I love about that is that Krista came off of the summit like really geared up towards that. And it's so cool to see that this as kind of a natural next step.
Yes.
Because I remember her coming out of the summit being like, I want to do more adventures.
Fire, right?
And I saw some of that on social media. And so it's kind of neat to be like, yes, here's another step. Here's the next step.
Yeah.
So.
And one last one here from Shannon. And this is a good point too. Like, it's a way to fill my creative bucket. So much of my job involves trying to pour wonder, creativity, and a desire to explore into others that I often do a poor job making sure that I find ways to foster my own whimsical instincts. And that is a big part of it is a lot of you who are watching, you are helpers in some way, shape, or form. I know Jen on here runs a camp. We've got teachers. We've got just helpers of all sorts. And you're always giving and giving and giving. And this is sort of meant to be a chance to come and get refreshed so that you have more to give. So that's kind of
Let's fill those
thank
cups
you to all of you that
overflowing. I think we all are ready to be overflowing again, right?
Yes.
And it's possible. I think in this community, it will be possible. So that's the other thing is, I know we've been talking about adventure, meaning, and joy. And the part that all works together is that this is going to be one of those things that is going to not only encourage you and inspire you, but also provide accountability. And I think that's something that a lot of us need right now more than ever. So we're excited, obviously, but we're also inspired by those signing up and taking the leap of faith, like Brittany said, and we're ready. Let's do this. 5 days.
So if it sounds interesting to you, this is the last show we'll have before the doors close on Monday. You can check out wonderandwhimsy.fun. Just a reminder, we did announce last week that there's a payment plan to split the membership and fee into 2 payments over the course of 6 months. So that helps people. And if you sign up with a friend, whether it's in your own home, like your spouse or something, or we've had mothers and daughters, or a friend who lives in a completely different city, you can be a partner in crime and you actually each save money if you do it that way. So that's another part of it that we have going on.
That's cool is we do have a patron level and we've had a couple people sign up for that. So thank you. You know who you are. And many of them want to remain anonymous, which is pretty cool too. So it's like we've said with Kathy Rose's comments, and you're so sweet to reiterate it there in the comments, but it means a lot to us to know that the work that is being inspired through us, like we feel like it's being put out there for a reason, and it's cool to see that it's connecting. So we're honored to keep doing it, and we're honored by the support of all of those who believe in it. So thank you.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
The great philosopher Marshall Mathers, a.k.a. Eminem, once said, if you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted, in one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? You better lose yourself in the music, the moment. You own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. The opportunity comes once in a lifetime. I can't do the rap justice, but it's really interesting. It might seem weird to think of this moment as the opportunity of a lifetime. I mean, none of us asked for it. All of us wish we could get back to some semblance of normal sooner than later. Yet here we are, amidst the moment we've been waiting for, which has arrived dressed in unremarkable clothing. This is an opportunity to pivot, you guys. This is an opportunity to pivot our organizations to serve people in new and better ways. It's a chance to improve ourselves by taking a class or learning a valuable skill. Maybe it's to lay the groundwork for a brand new business that will prevent us from having to go back to the job that wasn't lighting us up. Or maybe it's just a chance to strengthen the relationships that we've neglected. This is an occasion to take a long, hard look at our lives and determine if the direction we were heading before all this started is really the direction we want to be going. Don't be fooled by the dire straits trumpeted by the media all day long. Things are not always what they appear to be. Unprecedented times are rich with unprecedented opportunities. If you have ever felt like a lowly fish, always struggling upstream, never making much progress, this is your chance to be the bear. This crisis, it's like an audition for the next generation of leaders. How's your audition going? Now, do you maybe believe you don't have it in you to be a leader? Think again. Being elected to a public office or running a big giant company is not a prerequisite. You might be called to be the leader in your family right now, bringing a sense of calm or comfort, hope, or joy. Maybe you're called to be a leader in your neighborhood or your apartment complex or the pared down staff at work. The prescription is simple, but it requires a little bit of effort. It's to make the choice to own this moment. We all experience fear, but cowering to it, that's a choice. Owning the moment with courage and confidence is also a choice. Leaders are people who make hard choices and do the right thing. Now, this is not about being superhuman. It's not about never feeling afraid, exhausted, or overwhelmed. Feeling any of those feels right now doesn't disqualify you from being a leader. It's just a reminder that, maybe you're human. I know when I experience these emotions, I remember that I am human and that I need to be kind to myself. My shortcomings are not proof that I suck. They're signs that I need to go back to my source of strength. And for me, that's my morning time, my cup of coffee, my Bible, and my time with God. When my spiritual battery runs low, I need time away to recharge. And it's there that he reminds me that I am not called to do his job. I'm just supposed to do mine. Each new day, I am reminded that dependency on him is not a weakness. It's actually the goal. So this painting, this is really a call specifically to own this moment, not the next 100. Leave tomorrow for tomorrow and don't worry incessantly about the future. This crisis, this opportunity, heck, this life, you guys, it's astoundingly temporary. You are only guaranteed this moment. Will you own it or just let it slip?
I love this painting. And, this is exciting because, and I kind of hyped this up on the little Facebook Live this afternoon, but this is the first of 9 Corona blessings, right?
Yes.
That we're going to be sharing.
I've been doing these little ones all along. You guys have seen them come to life, right?
Mm-hmm. And I know, many of you have seen the behind the scenes on that with the studio sneak peeks and different photos from Instagram and everything else. But this one, it seems like the right moment to be talking about it, because I love that line you said about, the audition for our future leaders and how's your audition going. That one speaks to me. I will say that one kind of stands out to me as like, whew, okay, that's a big question.
Yeah. It always feels weird to say like, no, you guys, this is great. This is an opportunity. But like, it is. I mean, we said at the top of the show, like, we have been doing virtual gigs this week. We've got 4 this week alone. Mm-hmm. And that never would have been possible,
right,
had we not had this stuff happen. And then we started these coffee chats on our kitchen table, and one thing led to another, and we tinkered. We tried to own it. And that was something that we've tried to do from day one. And it's one of the things we've tried to encourage people to do. And I'm reminded a couple weeks ago of that girl who had just graduated from college, and she had her dream job at Disney all lined up. And turns out then Disney closed down and her job went poof. And it was like, what, talk about an opportunity to own the moment. And she did, because then she did research and found out she could get into a master's program or graduate program or something like that.
More easily than ever before.
Yeah. And so she got in, and now she's taking classes and is working on, wants to make a company of a toy company. And just like, it's like that never would have happened had she got her dream job, but it's totally opening doors for her and owning the moment. So, so we'll have a little bit more to mention about this guy later in the show. Some big news we have coming up, but for now, I think it's time to draw. I think it's time to draw. Okie dokie.
So this has been my favorite part about the virtuals this week, is that people are so blown away by this. You guys are used to this. And by the way, if you could share it right now, that's also a fun way to get the word out. But I can tell by the reaction in the comments of our Zooms, people are like, we're going to draw? Okay, all right, let's do this.
Yeah, that's not usually a thing that happens on Zoom. So it's kind of cool to bring something fresh to the table here.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to draw something kind of fun tonight. It's a little bit of a different take. It's inspired by tonight's painting, but let's just go with it. So if you've got something to draw with, something to draw on, could just be a ballpoint pen and a Post-it note. Let's get at this. First step is a simple just a straight line right near the top of the page, okay? And I'm going to draw, every time you're like,
I approve, yeah.
I'm Kim Kotecki, and I approve this message. All right, this almost looks like a pie sign, right? Doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so then I'm going to do a line kind of like all the way down the side like this. All right, and we're done.
A little ghost, a little Halloween ghost.
All right, now I'm going to do a couple little bumps down here. Okay. And then I'm going to do little lines on each of these bumps. Okay. Now we shall do a kind of a rectangle, chunky rectangle up here, and I'll go ahead and color that in. Okay.
I love your phrases. We're going to do this little chunky rectangle.
Well, try to keep up. This is high-tech art terminology. I mean, I didn't go 4 years to art school for nothing. I mean, come on. Gotta brag and show off here.
Chunky rectangles. Oh, I see.
And we got little jowls there. And we'll make this connection down here. Okay? Nice. Then up here, we're going to draw a couple lines up here. And some cute little eyes. Okay. Julie wonders if it's a reindeer. It is not a reindeer, but it is a mammal.
Hello to Sheila. I'm glad you made it.
We're going to draw a couple little...
Lisa Marie guessed penguin.
Circle up here.
She's guessing.
Okay. And then down...
Chunk tangle.
Chunk tangle.
That's from Paul.
All right. Now I'm going to draw a little... They're lines. They're lines, people. I don't know why I feel the need to describe them. Just watch me draw it and then draw the same thing.
Oh, boy, you're discouraging yourself so quickly here.
I think because I'm doing them so many, I feel like, why do you keep making up words? I don't know. Okay. So
aardvark,
let's just
bear,
do this.
bear, cool.
Okay, so we've got a little shape in his hand. And we're okay. I'm gonna make a little fin up here. Little dead eye.
Sharon says it's a bear that doesn't want trouble.
That's right. Yeah. Don't mess around. Okay. Right. Now we'll add some color to this guy. Make this little grizzly bear a little fill in here.
Is this kind of like he went fishing and he's showing his catch in the picture that he's putting on Facebook or something?
Because after they catch it and they kill it, then they can
take pictures.
Selfie. They get selfie stick. Check this out, Bob.
Look how big that was. Put a little ruler by it.
Yeah, this is 7 feet long. All right, so we color this guy in. Now I do have a little bit of a trick to share with this fish. Again, Kim, you want to tell people what app we're using just in case?
Yes.
Can you get a sponsorship deal? Let's get on that. We should really...
Kara and I were just talking about that this week with Crayola. So it's funny that you mentioned that. If anyone has any long-lost relatives of Crayola or this app,
hook us up.
Procreate...
Yeah.
Let us know because we will make the right contact. I can make a phone call any day of the week. I just like to know who I'm calling, right?
All right, so I'm kind of filling this in with just like a regular blue color. And then what I'm going to do is at the top, I'm going to go with a little bit darker blue. And I'm going to kind of shade that in at the top.
I like the shading.
And then color in that fin a little darker. And then I'm going to get a lighter blue and work on his belly. Little shading at the bottom, and you can see it kind of looks a little bit shiny, kind of like this fish in the painting, right?
Yeah.
And then of course you can do some fun things. You can add a little highlight to the bear's nose, like there, and a little color in there. And if I want to make a little texture, I could do that.
Getting some good
some
commentary.
Good here.
Yeah, Barb says it's a bear that wants the elephant tracks ice cream.
Ah, there you go.
Instead of bear tracks, I bet.
All right, so you just draw a little
tofu fish. Oh, I see. What would a vegetarian bear eat? Tofu fish. Nice.
So I'm just going to draw some little lighter things on the edges, and drawing some fur here.
Oh, that's cool.
And you've got your bear that is showing off his catch. just like any good fisherman would do. All right, there's our
shout out to your dad, the fisherman.
Yes, yeah. This bear's name is Walt.
And speaking of art, there are some cool things happening in the studio, so let's check that out.
Yes.
All right, it's always an exciting day when I see a blank canvas out on Jason's drafting table. What do we have going on here today?
Well, we got something different to share. Starting, like you said, with a completely blank canvas.
Woo! Yes.
So I thought I'd show you the very first marks that we do on the canvas. So I've got a reference there that I'm using. I was having dinner one time with the kids and realized that the ketchup on my plate looked a little bit like a heart. So,
let's see if I can get it here. Oh yeah, that is awesome. You know I'm gonna love that. Okay.
Yeah, I figure. So yeah, basically I use that as my reference and I'm gonna start sketching in. Now this is just, of course, just to kind of give me a little bit of a guideline. The drawing is a pretty important part just to get the stage for where things go. But as I move along, I can always make adjustments as I go along. But it always saves time if you get the drawing right at the beginning. So as I set that up, one of the things that I'm going to do with this is I kind of sketch in the fries real loose. Is I have, as an artist, I get the license to be able to include or not include or add things in however I wish. So in this case, this little splash of ketchup here, I'm going to make it look even more like a heart, but not go so overboard that it doesn't look realistic either.
Right.
So I'm going to play with that. And then in the reference, you can see there's this hot pad here, and there's a little part of the glass I probably will keep out, but I'm not sure yet. So I can edit a few things out that don't make sense, and just kind of start playing with some early sketches just to give me a game plan of where things need to go.
Nice. So then is the next obvious step paint?
Well, the next obvious step, I'll tighten up the drawing a little bit more. It'll take me a little bit of time, and then yeah, I'll put some sort of a coat underneath. Probably a lot of you who watch regularly will know that I do sometimes a reddish kind of base coat to start, and that's probably what I'll do for this one as well.
Okay, very cool.
So since that happened, I had a chance to work on some more, so you can see where it's gone now. So a couple things to point out. I did in fact not put in the hot pad or the bottom of the drinking glass. I actually made this French fry. I moved it up a little bit to add it to make the composition. So ideally, what I want to do is have your eye come in here, and then it circles around here, and it goes back here. So that, you don't want it to have your eye like come off the edge. So there's like a natural invited thing.
Are you always tracking where the eye will go?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it now is sort of subconscious. It's kind of a natural thing, but okay. Yeah, the design of the piece is a big part of it.
Something you learned in art school?
Yeah, okay. And
Very
it's one of those things that is yeah, so there's a lot of different things you can do. So the composition in terms of where you place things on the canvas helps with that. But also this area will end up being where the glob of ketchup will end up being super detailed, where the rest of it will be not a lot of detail at all. So your eye will naturally also go to the areas where there's either the most contrast. So yeah. Contrast could be light or dark. So if it's mostly a dark painting and there's a little bit of light, you're going to be drawn to that. If it's mostly a light painting and it's a little bit of dark, you'll be drawn to the dark. In this case, you can create contrast by detail versus not detail. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. But yeah, it's all part of it. And so I got the first coat right here. This is the first coat of orange. And then I put a couple quick coats of color in here just to block it in. This one is, sometimes I don't know what the title is going to be, but I was thinking about this one, and I was thinking about the heart and the idea of like home is where the heart is, and home fries. And so like this is going to be called home fries. And I think I'm going to put the word home in here somewhere. And I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to put it yet. So
Barb noticed that this actually looks like a heart as well.
Oh, a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. So, cool. Yeah, that's where we are now. So, but this is the 9th of the Corona Blessing series. So I don't know how many more I will do, but I wanted to do at least 9 of them.
So Tracy Miller says that reminds her of sweet potato fries. And that the reason I bring that up is because this is just an undercoating, correct? And this is acrylic.
Yes.
So the acrylic goes on first because it dries quickly. I'm trying to learn this as well. Yeah. And then eventually he'll get to the oil, which takes forever to dry. So you can't play as much with that. So
yeah, it just speeds up things. It lets me get colors down quickly. And then the more layers you have, the more depth you get, like the colors underneath shine through, and it just makes the painting more vibrant, things like that. Let's see. There was a question here. Oh, Ben asked, do you use gesso or plain primer on your canvas? That is a good question. Yeah. I am lazy. So I buy canvases that are already pre-primed with gesso. However, I also have
to call it efficient, but you know.
Well, there you go. We have that battle all the time. She thinks I'm an amazingly inefficient person, and I tell her I'm just really lazy. That if I can figure out a way to do it easier, I'm going to do that. Sometimes I will use gray gesso over the top as the background instead of the red, just to give. A lot of artists are similar to this. They don't like to work with just a white, stark white. There's something about that that's really jarring and difficult. So I like to get some sort of a medium tone in there, and then bring my lights forward and push the darks back and things like that. I saw Helen said contrast is more professional than chunky rectangle, which is true.
There's the range of our conversation here tonight. Yes.
Kara says, so cool. Can't wait to see the finished product. Thank you. I don't think this one's going to go that long. I'm almost done with the one we showed a couple weeks ago. The dandelion one, that's getting close. That took a little effort, a lot of detail.
With
this
all
one,
the what did you call that in the background? Because it was a photograph.
Oh, the bokeh.
The bokeh
effect.
Yeah, the bokeh effect. That's turned out really cool, you guys. I can't wait for you guys to see that. So
more to come on that.
Yes.
But always plugging along as much as I can.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this next segment tonight.
All right, Adultitis Fighters.
Man, you guys have been drawing so much fun stuff. Tracy, this balloon animal that looks like a little scooter dude. I mean, come on.
Pretty adorable. Pretty adorable.
Cute. Are these gonna turn into tattoos for you, Tracy? Because they're so cute. I'm serious.
That would be cool. So yeah, this was from 2 weeks ago, because last week we didn't have time to do the drawings, but
back a little bit.
Got one here from Steven too for the balloon animal.
Your take on things is always
it's
really
like the ascension of the balloon dog, right? And then last week we did the little whimsy with the giraffe, and Naomi submitted this one of her little giraffe.
Built her whole notebook. And
Kara,
some metallic crayons, which is got us talking about Crayola.
Instant whimsy right there. Added some metallic crayons. And then Ben loved his little take. He added looks like headphones and music coming out there, and having some, I don't know if he's had like a milkshake there or something like that.
So much fun, Ben. I love your whimsy is a very unique style. I love it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Tracy says, so horrible you have to laugh about her balloon dog. You know, I don't think they're horrible. I think they're adorable.
Them. Yeah.
I think they're adorable. So
cute.
Okay, so the meme of the week. Got to have a meme of the week.
It kind of segues nice to Ben's musical notes.
This is 2020, the musical, folks.
Can you hear it? I
can
hear it.
This is like the sound of a million dumpster fires falling down steps, right?
You know what? I actually know this sound because I've been in a kindergarten music class before when they handed out instruments. I'm pretty much sure that this might be the music for it.
Oh, yeah. That's that is a sound we can all imagine, I'm sure.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Very, very sweet. So,
all right, so let's move on to some inspiration from your fellow Adultitis Fighters.
Jenna put up on the Facebook group this week. She asked on Whimsy Wednesday, she asked, show me the whimsy. And boy, did you guys deliver. Kristen, who is a fellow Wonder Hunter. Oh my gosh, this is one of her photos. And she put this up on...
she took this photo? Yeah. I didn't realize that. Wow, that's awesome.
Talk about a great hair day. I mean, that is classic whimsy right there. This is nature. I love it when whimsy and nature is just
goes together.
Julie, oh my gosh, this is so cute. These little paintings that she did, and it spells out YOLO. So I believe it's like a jackalope and a bear paw print and corn and a buffalo, and it was kind of to commemorate a little trip she took out to South Dakota and Wyoming. I'm sure it wasn't a little trip, but how cool. Talk about whimsy.
And that little looked like a little Mickey Mouse. I don't know if you can see it very well. She customized that little Mickey Mouse to look like Ronald McDonald. She's a big Ronald McDonald fan. And by the way, speaking of Julie, her mom is going to be featured on next week's show because she told me something that her mom does, and I'm like, you need to give me pictures.
Well,
and
Julie and her mom are
the
classic
permission to share this.
Crime.
Yeah, they're a good duo. Yeah. So stay tuned next week for Julie's mom. Stays in the family. Suzanne, a couple weeks ago, we showed she was setting up her office with all this Kim and Jason art.
New artwork, or not new artwork, new office required a lot of work. These 3M strips she was trying to figure out, she said. Okay.
Just getting them just right.
But I think it turned out really good,
it looks
right?
Great.
It looks awesome. Congratulations. Oh, that's the wrong one.
Or this one.
I can't imagine how much work that was, Suzanne. So congratulations for getting that all up. It looks really good.
Then we got Paul.
Yes. Out in Arizona, he's got a big task. He's trying to turn Baby Yoda into a vegetarian. Which you know he loves that bone broth, Paul.
Good luck with that.
How are you going to get him off the bone broth? I mean...
By the way, bring Baby Yoda down here.
Oh,
the child.
This isn't the one with the
I know
cup.
this is a different one, but this one fits good for today.
Yeah.
We're gonna. There we go. You can sit right there.
Little bobblehead action.
So we're gonna hold that thought because we're coming back to that in a second, and then we've got Mary who has dinosaurs in her office because you should.
Right. And I said, does this guy have a name? And not only does he have a name, of course, Bob. But he has like a whole story. He's from a book, and I wrote it down because it sounds really cool. She said it actually is a book about fighting adultitis, and it's called Dinosaur Bob and His His Adventures with the Family Lizardo. So let me know if you want that, and I'll email me that KJ@escapeadulthood, and I'll send it to you by William Joyce. But I looked it up, and it looks really cool, and it literally is about fighting adultitis, and so she keeps.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah. Bob is in her office because why wouldn't you have Bob in your office? So that's whimsy.
It's an unknowable question why you wouldn't. And then last but not least, we have Erin who shared her fairy gardens.
Yes, gardens,
plural.
And I was like, okay, can you give us a little heads up on how you do this? Because the kids have been really wanting to do fairy gardens. So she said, she gets thyme. The herb
thyme, like
thyme,
THYME.
Yes, right. And she's like, it grows really fast. It's really whimsical and fun. And obviously, she gets all these little miniatures, and then she just kind of builds them out and has little rocks and marbles. She sent like tons. Or it's actually on the Facebook page. How
adorable is the welcome flags though? I mean, that's pretty good.
Whimsy, right?
And then she's got a little helper there.
Like the fact that it's in that little, what do you call that? Like that basin. A little water basin, the green. The whimsy is overwhelming.
I think it's a bedpan, actually.
No.
Gross.
That's what you're going for, wasn't it?
Yep. You're so much faster than I am.
She's just got all these little scenes of these little fairy gardens.
We were at Goodwill the other day. You could find these little people, like these little, I don't know, they don't have to be fairies. They could just be all these little characters that people get rid of.
Well,
99 cents.
We have a spot in our yard that refuses to grow grass because it's just, there's too much shade and there's too much water that's gone over the years. And we've talked about setting up a fairy garden. Mm-hmm. And when we were in Frankenmuth last year, which is another fun city that's in Michigan.
Can you say that over and over?
Frankenmuth. There was a little store that was just fair. It was like a fairy garden store. And the kids and I were like geeking out over it because it was just all these little tiny things. I love that
you were geeking out over it.
Well, it's adorable.
I know.
Come on, I'm sorry.
It's adorable. Heck yeah. So anyway, thank you, Aaron, for the extra pictures and taking the time to inspire us with your little fairy gardens.
Yes. So I just have a question.
Yeah.
Are you guys having a killer time?
I hope so. I thank you guys for being with us tonight. We love having you around. We love having fun with you guys. Yeah. Which is why we always want to give something away. We always want to reward the people who show up week after week. Those diehards. If this is your first time, welcome. Yes. Come back next week. We always have different things going on, but we always give away something free to people who are here live.
And Jody Jensen from Utah was our winner last week. So congratulations, Jody. And this week we have a really fun question. Are you ready for this?
First, the prize.
Yeah.
So this fits. Last week we had this artwork, a little whimsy, it's called, with this giraffe and the little straw. Mm-hmm. And this is a puzzle. How many pieces
are people still doing puzzles with coronavirus? Is that a thing? Or did that kind of go out with the family walks? Is that over too?
I don't know. I know my mom is still doing puzzles, but they've always been big puzzles. But this is a challenging one because there's a lot of blue in here. So this is going to be it's like one of those. This is one of those puzzles where the pink straw is done in 10 seconds and then the main is done in 10 seconds, right? And then you just it just sits there. So we're giving this away, but our question is, I like this question tonight. It's going to require a little creativity, all right? But we talked about Eminem earlier, Marshall Mathers, the famous rapper from Detroit.
That's what I'm talking about.
I was thinking about, I don't know why I thought of Yoda. Maybe it was Paul's picture that he sent in. But I wondered, what would Baby Yoda's rapper name be? If Baby Yoda was an original gangster rapper, what
to get in his brain, you guys.
His rap name be? And I thought hard about this. And one of my midday walks, I spent way too much time trying to think of a good name.
A creative challenge.
So I came up with MC Yo Dizzle.
MC, like Yo MC Dizzle. Is kind of like a rapper beginning.
Like MC Hammer.
Yeah, MC.
MC Yo Dizzle.
Yo Dizzle. I like it.
That.
I like how he actually kind of seems like a rapper, but based on how he's kind of got the groove.
He's got the beat going.
Yeah, he does.
So this is the question. Jody's asking seriously, and I don't know if that is because this is what the question is.
Yeah, because she already knew she was the winner, so I don't think it was about that. Yeah, I have to tell you, Jody, this is not.
Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that.
Great
I appreciate that solidarity. Maybe it's too hard for you guys. Maybe it's too hard.
My brain goes like ocean waves immediately.
All right, we got some.
We
got Ben. He's got Tall One I Am.
That's good.
And
that's good.
What do we got here? DJ Child.
Ooh, I like how that smells, Steven.
Lynn, stumped. Completely stumped. That's okay.
I've got nothing. I'm right with you, Lynn.
Yoda Mendota. I like that. I like that. Jen just goes the child, which is kind of that's pretty good.
Epic because it's just like that's all it needs to be said.
Yeah,
just the child.
How about this for you, Kim? Mm-hmm. DJ Jazzy Yo, MC Yo Dizzle and DJ Jazzy Yo. Right. We are.
Oh, this is good.
Yoda MC I am.
Ooh,
that's good. I like that, Sheriff.
Yeah,
good job.
That's good.
Rebellion.
Ooh, Mike.
Going just smooth.
Yep, the child, Rebellion.
Here we go. Yoda-ish Gambino, like childish Gambino. Love that. I love the tie-in too with Donald Glover there, being that he was Lando Calrissian.
Ooh,
that's good. Steve, the youngster. Good. Tracy, Yoda Man.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, I know it's. I like it. You got the creativity coming in. It's going good.
Still ocean waves. Yeah. Lynn, I know there's certain.
Call me shocked.
This is not my strong suit, friends. I could spend about an hour and I'll get one, but yeah.
All right, Helen, that's no shame in it. She's got nothing.
See, I mean, there's just certain brains that just don't work this way. And I'm with you, Helen. I feel your pain, Lynn. I think there's just certain...
Well,
I don't think it's a fail. I think it's just reality. It's just
I knew this would be a challenge.
Yeah.
I knew this would be out in left field, but the ones that you guys brought are pretty rad. So
okay, I've got one off the top of my head. Okay. It's bone broth lover. Okay. So you gotta think of something he likes. He likes bone broth, as we've talked earlier. Bone broth lover.
Holy nightmare.
I'm sorry. That was a good attempt. That was a good try.
John's on. Hi, John.
Oh, hey, John. By Dashido. Ooh. I don't know what that means, but that
it's better than bone broth, lover.
it actually is. It is. Tom's weighing in. He says Yoda Yoda baby, like ice baby.
There you go.
That's good.
I like that. Yeah.
Now here we go, Jenna. I like this bone broth and harmony. There you go. That's
bringing it.
That's
giving me
next
a
level.
save,
So
Jenna.
there you go. Sometimes you just need to put out one idea to get another idea back, and then a better idea, and then a better idea, and a better idea. That's how it works.
See?
So
keep building on it, guys.
Good work, my friends. We will select a winner shortly.
A well-deserved winner tonight.
Yes,
will win the gang. Well, we should have had like a gangster rap puzzle or something, but
ice. We should have had iced tea to drink. I do. Well, my ice cubes are melted, but. We can't think of everything. We're only human over here, All right. Well, here's the thing. We want to invite everyone. Probably, if you're watching this right now, there's a good chance you are already an Escape Adulthood insider. If so, I'm happy about that. It's a great honor to be let into your inboxes on Sunday mornings.
It's a scary
That is
place.
a busy place sometimes, and so being able to be let in is a true honor. But I'll tell you what, this guy right here, this painting, this is going up for sale. All right? What we're doing, since we can't have Wonder Night this year, which is what our annual, what do we do, 3 years in a row so far? It's kind of like an fancy gallery night where we have a fancy dinner and people come and we have a little auction with my original paintings and things like that, and can't do that this year, but we thought, well, again, where's the opportunity? So later on this year, probably in November sometime, on our show we are going to have a special edition of Escape Adulthood Live, and it's going to be gallery night. And what's going to be happening is I'll be sharing all 9 Corona Blessing paintings and telling a brief story about all of them. And they're going to be up for auction. And then we're going to have some other limited edition, special edition things. Like, that's one of the cool things we do at the Wonder Night is we have stuff that, like last year we had an umbrella, a shine-on umbrella, which is not on our store, but it was like kind of like a one-time thing.
Beanbag chair.
We had a beanbag chair. We have one of our more popular things. We have our throw blankets with. We actually had a cool throw blanket with this design on it, and it was super cool.
Yeah, like a woven.
Yeah, it was like woven.
Yeah, it was really pretty.
Threads or whatever. So that's coming up, and if you are an insider, you'll be the first one to know when it's coming up, so you can prepare and know all about that. Of course, the insiders are always the people who know first what's going on, what's next.
It's gonna be kind of a fancy night.
Yeah, we're gonna jazz up the set a little bit. I think we might hire a band. No, we didn't.
No, but we will hire maybe a 3
rapper.
Young children from upstairs to help us.
Yeah, we're gonna have some staff help as well.
They work for Licorice, so it works out pretty good.
So yeah, that is coming up on the calendar. But again, just a reminder, the doors to the Wonder and Whimsy Society, the first cohort, founding members. If you are a founding member, you will be able to help shape the direction of how this looks. And doors close on this Monday, because we are already sick of selling this thing. that's just what it is.
Actually, people are like, oh, I can't get in like next month. We're like, no, we don't want to be selling this all the time. We want to be having fun with the members. So that was part of our thinking, is like, no, we're going to close the doors. We're going to focus on the people who have, committed to this, because it's just more fun that way.
Yeah, and we've got to close doors because we have to order some special things for everybody. We have to know how many we have and all the good fun stuff. So we're just closing it on Monday. So like I said before, if it's not for you this time, that's totally cool. Yeah. Keep coming back every Wednesday. Keep watching the replays. Keep opening and reading the Insider. Like, we're still going to be trying to bring good stuff to you. But if it's for you, get on it, because the time is running out.
Yes.
But unfortunately, time has also run out on tonight's show. That is it for us. So until next time, Adultitis Fighters.
Shine on, spread whimsy, and be awesome.